Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ecolinguist live show. This is the episode 10 of the season 2, which is the final episode of the season, as I promised before the New Year's. By the way, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you're all doing fine in this new year and you have some positive outlook for what's coming. Hopefully, actually, I'm very excited about new things coming up because of what's happening in the language learning community with regards to the newest available tools like AI stuff, and I'm really looking forward to it. I have some plans to utilize it this year, so we're going to see how it's going to unfold. Well, this is a show, by the way, if you haven't watched it yet, in which we meet, hang out, and play with languages together. This is a show that you, as a member of an audience, help to create, because this is a call-in show. So soon, hopefully, we're going to have some guests calling in. There's already someone on the line, which is great. The regular people are always welcome to call back. But I always give priority to new people. So if you're new, if you have never called the show before and you would like to take part in the challenges that I have prepared, or maybe you have a challenge that you would like to present to the audience live tonight, just call in. There is a link that you have to click in the description box. It's pretty straightforward to call in. We used to do a registration form. For now, we are not using that. For now, you have to use a different link. It's a direct link from the description box. So it basically just limits the number of steps that you have to take to get connected. Just make sure that you are in a quiet environment, that you have the best possible setup. Preferably you have a headset, some sort of headset. That would be ideal, just so we all can enjoy a nice conversation without any disruptions and distractions. Yeah, let me just have a quick look at the chat. Yes, so everybody's saying hello. That's awesome. I'm really happy to see you here. And by the way, as I mentioned, this is the final episode of the season 2. At the end of today's show, I will talk a little bit more about what happens next. So stay tuned, basically. So before we move on to challenges and picking up calls, people are waiting on the line. That's great. I will get to you in a second. Let's kick off with our usual Polish challenge that I have prepared for you. So basically, if you go to my community tab, you should find a poll. This is a poll designed to have some fun with the Polish language. Because, by the way, if you don't know, I'm originally from Poland and I'm a Polish native speaker. And I would like to kind of test and see how people who don't speak Polish perceive the Polish language. Just by the way it sounds to you, how it sounds. So don't look it up. Don't look up the word that I'm going to ask you about. Just pick one of the options available in the poll. And if you are a Polish speaker because you have studied it for a while, or you are a Polish native speaker, just select the final answer in the poll. This way, you're not going to be contaminating the results. It's a lot of fun to see your answers, really. And actually, I've noticed that a lot of people who are not watching the stream, but they're just regular subscribers and they watch my other videos, they also take part in those challenges and they're very excited about it. So this is a really cool discovery. So the question is, what does pieprzyk mean in Polish? One more time, pieprzyk. How does it sound to you? Does it sound like a spicy Polish sausage? Or maybe it sounds like a mole or beauty spot on the skin? Or maybe it sounds like a type of pepper used in traditional Polish cuisine? Or maybe it's a small handheld tool used in gardening? How does it sound to you? In the comments there, you can also give some more answers if you think that none of those reflect the way you feel about this particular word, pieprzyk. We are going to give this poll some time, so it just circulates around the internet, collects the data from everybody, and at the end of the stream tonight, we're going to have a look at the results. So basically that's what I wanted to kick the show off with. And let's see who we've got here. So by the way, when you're calling in, please type in your name in the name box and also the languages that you speak. It's kind of a small box, but it should fit. You can just use some shortcuts just so I know what languages you speak and what challenges I would be able to offer you. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we've got Jonathan that hasn't called before, so I'm going to add Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan, I will be adding you into the stream, okay? So get ready. Let me just fix the framing a little bit. Can you hear me actually? No? Wait, let's run the scene. Yeah, so Jonathan, if you could just make yourself comfortable, and I'm going to just fix the framing a little bit. Can you hear me actually? Hello? Sorry, I had to sneeze. Back to the live mode. What about now? Jonathan, can you hear me? I have some technical problems. One second. Things were reorganized here. Oh. Window, show me the sound levels. Oh, here they are. Hello, are you there, Jonathan? It seems like you muted yourself. You have to unmute. No?
Oh,
Hello?
oh, now. So,
Can you hear me now?
yes.
Okay, Jonathan, so
Yeah.
so we're just going to do audio only for now, okay? Just let me know what languages do you speak?
Uh, um, I know, I know, uh, Hebrew, the my language, and, and obviously English, and, I know, I know, Polish, Russian, Ukrainian.
You speak some Polish and Ukrainian. Okay, okay.
And Russian, Ruski,
You speak Russian as well.
uh, so, my language is a Hebrew.
Uh-huh. Okay, good. So, tell me, is there any mutual intelligibility happening with Hebrew and other languages?
Yeah, uh, mainly, mainly Arabic. You know, be, because they're both Semitic languages. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And when you watched, my videos, you know the format, right? We do the mutual intelligibility.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. S-
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, I think we have a little bit of trouble connecting. Okay, so maybe I will contact you after the show. Okay, I will contact you after the show, and maybe we can go over the challenges then. Okay?
Tak.
Tak, okej, to dziękuję za telefon, Jonathan.
So I'm on an iPad, so
Yes, sometimes there are some problems with the iPads. You know, for some reason the software doesn't really work well with tablets. But
yeah.
but we'll can think about it later and see if we can sort that technical problem. So thank you for calling, Jonathan.
I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Normally, I am a mega fan of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
We'll be in touch. Okay, so thank you so much. So as I mentioned, I don't know what are your experiences, people calling from tablets and iPads, but for some reason it happens a lot with different communicators that use on iPads. They don't work as anywhere else. It for some reason it works well on the phone. It works well on laptops and stationary computers. Okay. So okay, let's just move on to another call then. Let's start with possibly Riley. That's our caller. Riley, are you there? Hello, Riley. You're still in the green room, but if you could just maybe improve a little bit of the framing, that's fine. A little bit more. Yeah, and let me switch to another window. Riley, are you there? You are live now.
Oh my god.
Welcome back in New Year's 2024.
Yeah, happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year. Riley, how have you been? Tell us something about your language learning journey. Have you been doing anything this new year about your languages?
I've really been wanting to improve on my Dutch, but not much has really happened with languages so far, mostly because I've been trying to sort out other things. But I still want to really improve on my Portuguese and get very confident with speaking Portuguese.
Okay. Actually, there's a question from a viewer. He doesn't have a name, or they don't have a name. They asking you specifically, Riley, you wanna do Dutch or you gonna do Portuguese? I'm assuming in this year. Like, what are you going to focus more this year?
I think Portuguese is kind of my primary focus right now, mainly because I'm not that high level in Dutch and Norwegian either, even though Norwegian is actually my strongest, I think. But Portuguese has been my primary focus as of right now, but I'm still kind of making slow progresses with Dutch, but I think this year I might focus probably most of my attention on Norwegian and Portuguese.
Norwegian and Portuguese, exactly. You've been studying Norwegian for a while, and I thought actually that you might want to take up a challenge with the Swedish language. What do you think? Have you been studying Swedish in any way?
Well, if you're learning Norwegian, you're kind of already learning Swedish because it's kind of like a change.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, obviously there is some overlap, like with most languages that belong to the same language family, but you haven't formally studied Swedish, right?
No, I haven't formally studied it, but I know like I know some words in it because of my Norwegian knowledge.
Yeah,
Basically.
okay. So that's a challenge that I have prepared for you today.
Okay.
So we will probably just start with that, unless you have a challenge that you prepare yourself or some other people.
I haven't prepared one, but I know Wayne has prepared one.
You talked to Wayne, and you know that he prepared one. Okay, so if Wayne is already here, maybe he could also take part in that, because I remember that he has been studying some Old English, right? So he's good with Germanic languages in general. So Wayne, I'm going to add you into the stream as well, since you're here and you also could participate in this challenge. So let me just make sure that you're going to be visible. Okay, so let's bring you on the screen. Hello, Wayne.
Hey.
Hey, Wayne. So
Wait.
can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I can't hear you, though.
What about now?
That is weird.
Hey, Wayne, can you hear me, maybe?
That is really weird.
Okay. So
Wait,
apparently,
let me see if
Rayleigh, apparently he
put the
doesn't hear
earphones
us.
again. I'm gonna be able to hear.
Yeah, because I can
weird.
hear him, but I don't think if he can't hear you, then I don't think he can hear me.
Hello.
Yeah. What about now?
Yeah. For some reason, I can't hear you. What the hell?
Reconnect, refresh,
Yeah.
refresh.
Yeah. I really. Yeah. Damn it.
Refresh.
Yeah. Some reason I can't. Unless maybe I hang up and you.
Yeah, exactly. So let's
Oh,
wait
yeah.
for Wayne. Yes. So I will. Meanwhile, I'm just going to get the challenge ready. Yes, Wayne, you're back. Can you hear us now? Germanic languages in general. So Wayne, I'm going to add you. No. That's bad. That's bad. Bad audio.
Oh, yeah, that's static.
Yeah. Wayne, if you can hear us, maybe try to connect through something else, maybe your phone or something like that.
No, his phone mic is pretty bad as far as I know.
So you know what? When you sort out your, let me try one last time. Sort out your. Okay, there is a massive delay, Wayne, and because you have us on speakers, it picks up. The microphone picks us up. So Wayne, you sort out your technical problems. We're just gonna carry on with the challenge because people are here to.
Yeah.
See challenges, so we can't wait, but there will be time for you as well. So Riley, that's the challenge
Yes.
for you.
Vad är detta? Det är ett transportmedel som kan föra passagerare genom luften. Det är ett av de mest populära sätten att resa långa sträckor. Den är utrustad med motorer och vingar. Den kräver utbildade piloter för att användas. Den har förmågan att sväva högt över marken.
Okay. Det är en transport. I think he said something about. I think he said something about long distances, or something. But I'm gonna have to hear the challenge again.
Okay, let's do that. Wayne, just wait there. I'm going to add you in a second, but let's listen to the challenge again.
Vad är detta? Det är ett transportmedel som kan föra passagerare genom luften. Det är ett av de mest populära sätten att resa långa sträckor. Den är utrustad med motorer och vingar. Den kräver utbildade piloter för att användas. Den har förmågan att sväva högt över marken.
Okay, I think I already know what this is. But
What do you think this is?
det är en transportmedel. Det har i luften. Det har vingar. I'm going to make a very confident guess, probably the most confident I've ever been in this season, and say flee,
Which
which
is?
is an airplane.
Oh no.
Oh.
This is correct. This is correct. Sorry, I pressed the
Oh,
wrong
you just
button.
you just hit the wrong button.
I just hit the wrong button because I haven't used this for a while. Yes, Rayleigh, this is correct. This is absolutely correct. This is an airplane. Let's listen to the Swedish answer.
Detta är ett flygplan.
Flygplan. Yeah, in Norwegian we just say flee or flee. And in Dutch it's vliegtuig.
Aha, that's interesting. So that's how it sounds. That's how it sounds in Swedish. I'm going to try to add Wayne now and see if what he has to say about it. Wayne, you're here. Can you hear us?
Hey, now I can finally hear you guys and see you guys. Okay, I'm here.
Okay. So did you hear the challenge that we've been doing?
Yes, I heard the chant. Yes, the airplane.
Did you understand anything?
Not really, but also because I was just kind of zoning out for a bit.
You were just dealing with the technical problems. Yes, no worries.
Yeah, probably.
It wasn't.
So Wayne, you know what? The connection is not really that good, and you're breaking up, and there is a lot of delay. So it's probably not a good idea to continue like that. We're just going to be struggling a lot, having a conversation.
I'm gonna try my computer again. See if I can,
Okay, you can try that.
Yeah.
You can try with Zoom first, and if your headset works with Zoom, it should also work with this software as well.
Okay.
So let's disconnect for now. So Rayleigh, let's come back to you and tell me, what did you understand? What gave it away?
Well, he said that it's a transportation that moves on air. And it has wings. And,
I'm going to display the text for everybody to see, and I also will be able to maybe help you with the words that you're referring to. For example, the transportmedel.
Yeah, so in Norwegian, you also have the word transportmedle. That's the word that you use to refer to basically like a mode of transportation. That's what it would translate to. And then it said, and then he said it moves on wings.
Vingar.
Yeah, or
Den utrustet med motorer och vingar.
Han förstår
Something like
svensk
that.
ganska bra. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat too. But anyway, so, and then he said something, about like something being long, but mostly it was the fact that you move on air and the fact that it has wings and
Långa sträckor, something like that. It's about the distance. It's one of the most popular ways to travel long distances.
Yeah. So, because when you said like it moves on the air and it has wings, I was like, okay, it's either a helicopter, it's either an helicopter, eller en fly, like a helicopter or an airplane, and then uh, there was a phrase there that says like, oh, it's most common way to travel long. Most people like travel that way in long distances. I'm like, okay, yeah, not very many people travel on a helicopter. So the first thing that came to mind was an airplane.
And it requires trained pilots to operate. How would you say that in Norwegian?
I don't know how to specifically say that in Norwegian. I just know, like the word, the phrase about the pilots. I kind of
You skipped.
I kind of knew that.
Ah.
No, I didn't. I didn't skip. I knew about that word from basically my English knowledge.
You just heard the pilot, and that's it.
Yeah, but helicopters also require like pilots too. So I was thinking like it's either a helicopter or an airplane, but not very many people would travel on a helicopter.
Yeah. So the Swedish way to say that it requires trained pilots to operate is something like den kräver utbildade piloter
piloter.
för
Yeah,
att
no, I think in
användas.
Norwegian, yeah, I think in Norwegian you also might use the word pilot, but again, I'm a Norwegian speaker would have to verify me on that.
Yeah, actually, Ruben in the comment section is commenting here. There's a lot of similarities with Dutch. Transportmiddel, middelen.
Yeah.
It's in Dutch, right? Lange afstand in Dutch. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, so there's quite some overlap, and this is a simple word to describe a plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the Swedish challenge. Basically, that's the Swedish challenge. So, Rayleigh, how would you describe a plane in Norwegian if you had to create a challenge like that in Norwegian, just so you can kind of challenge yourself in a language that you have been studying?
Well, I guess to give a heads up, I'm probably not that great with describing things even in English. But I would say based on the limited vocab knowledge that I have, I would probably say det är en transportmedel det har detta är en transportmedel det har vingar. Och mest med många människor brukar det detta transportmedel and then or flyga till land. So basically, like, but that phrase kind of doesn't make any sense because you don't necessarily need an airplane to fly from country to country. Like, depending on how big the country is, you can use it to fly from within the country as well. So maybe not that way.
Okay, I see. So, we can actually try and listen to the Norwegian translation of it. Okay. And see if we're going to be recognizing things, words. Let me know if you can hear it.
Hvad er dette? Det er et transportmiddel, som kan føre passagerer gennem luften. Det er en af de mest populære måderne at rejse lange afstander på. Den er udstyret med motorer og vinger. Den kræver trænte piloter for at bruges. Den har evnen til at svæve højt over bakken. Dette er et fly.
That's Danish, but
Is it Danish? Oh,
yeah, that's Danish.
is it Danish?
That's
really?
Danish, but then Norwegian bokmål and dansk are pretty much very, very similar.
Is it Danish? So this is the
That
actually
is
the
Danish.
interesting. This was absolutely Danish, Logan says.
Yeah, that's totally Danish.
It sounded weird, yes, but it's kind of interesting because I quickly just used ChatGPT to translate that into Norwegian, and it translated into Danish. So
Yeah, but then again, like Danish and Norwegian, bokmål Norwegian is pretty much the same. Like pretty much the same, if not similar. It's very similar, pretty much the same. But I would just from that Danish phrase, I would assume that most of it would be very similarly written in Norwegian, like dette er en transport, etc.
yeah, so I'm just displaying the text with the it does look like a Danish text, and actually I see we have a Danish caller, so maybe I just add Magnus into the conversation and see what he's going to say about it. Okay, so let's bring Magnus in. Magnus, hello, Magnus.
Hey everyone, how are you guys doing?
Great, Magnus.
Hey, Magnus.
Magnus, was it really Danish?
Yes.
Yes.
That sounded very Danish.
Very Danish, yes. How have you been, Magnus?
I'm good. Yeah,
Good.
I've been very good. I've finally been shedding my. I got some, fever and the flu. I think during the Christmas time, but I'm almost feeling good again.
You're recovering in the new year.
Yes.
Do you have any language related resolutions for the 2024?
I will just continue with my Spanish lessons, and that's I think my goal. I shouldn't, go all out and begin with more languages. I think it's better to just stay
Yeah.
focused on one language and get that done.
Yeah, that's a good plan. And what about the Swedish challenge that we just had? Like, was it easy for you to?
Ja, om jag pratar lite svenska så också, så jag förstår det lite bra.
Okay, that was an easy one. So you calling in? Do you want to take part in a challenge, or you have a challenge prepared?
I can do a challenge in Danish, maybe.
In Danish with Riley. I could also try to add. No, maybe it's gonna be too many people. Just that. So Riley, would you like to take up a challenge in Danish then?
Sure.
What language? Riley, you can ask questions in whatever language you feel like.
Okay.
So you don't have to stick
Okay.
to one language. You're going to switch to the screen when just the two of you are on the screen, and
Okay.
Magnus, you're going to be speaking in Danish only. And Riley, you can use whatever language you want because Magnus is learning Spanish. He understands some Portuguese or whatever. So ask whatever questions in whatever language works for you.
Okay.
Riley, we're going to
I'll
have
try my best.
multilingual challenge. So let's start.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Okay, Riley, are you ready for me to switch to Danish?
Alita, maybe contra.
Det er bra. Jeg skifter til dansk. Dette er et dyr. Dette dyr kan flyve. Det har vinger. Dette dyr er oftest et dyr, du møder ved havet eller ved søen. Det er ofte et hvidt dyr, som godt kan lide at følge efter skibe for at finde føde, som de kan spise ved havet, ved vandet. Dette dyr har en speciel måde at lyde på, som er nemt at genkende, hvis man bor ved havet, ved vandet. Har du en idé om, hvad det kan være for et dyr?
Okay, det er et dyr. Det har vinger. Og der var jeg forstår
Dette dyr
sa du noe om hvit?
Ja.
Hvit hva er
Farve. Ja.
Fad?
Ja. Jeg kan gentage igen, så du kan høre, hvad jeg har at sige. Dette er et dyr. Det er et dyr, der har vinger. Det er en fugl. Det er et dyr, der bor ved havet oftest. Du kan finde det i havnebyer, hvor der er havne oftest. Men du kan også finde det på stranden eller ved vandet, ved søen. Det er ikke det største fugl, du kan finde, men hvis den kommer tæt på, så kan den faktisk godt virke ret stor. Det spiser ofte fisk og andet liv fra havet. Derfor finder du oftest også denne fugl, når der er fiskerbåde i nærheden.
Okay, så det er en som sort
Det er ikke sort. Ikke sort.
Sorry, ikke sort, men sorry, what I meant to say was it's some kind of bird.
Ja. Det er en fugl. Fugl.
Fugle spiser hvad? Fisk?
Ja, fisk, ja. Den kan godt lide fisk. Den har oftest forskellige farver. Den kan være næsten hvid, men den er oftest ikke helt hvid. Mange af disse fugle har også nogle grå vinger, eller ikke sorte vinger, men mere grå. Det kan godt være sorte pletter på, eller sorte striber. Men de kommer faktisk med forskellige farver. Næbet kan være gult.
Jeg ved ikke mere dyre om Og der så mange fylder.
Ja, jeg tror, at du har fanget det meste af, hvad jeg siger. Du kan bare ikke... I think you got most of what I said. It's just that maybe you don't know exactly which bird I'm talking about. Is that right?
Yeah.
So let's switch to the screen. I'm on the screen now, Rayleigh. So, Rayleigh, what did you understand? Maybe let's try to translate that into English.
So I understood that it's an animal. It has wings. It's a type of bird that that eats or has something to do with fish.
Yes.
It has white something.
Yes.
And that's pretty much all I got.
Okay. I also said that this bird lives near the sea often. You will often find it where there are fishing boats. It will be flying around, seeing if it can find food. And you could also find it in the harbor. But it's the bird is maybe I don't know if should I reveal what bird it is, because I guess it still could be many different.
Vent.
Okay.
Seagulls.
Yes. Seagulls. Yay!
This is correct. This is correct. And actually, a lot of people started getting it right now, like towards the end.
Yeah.
Some people thought it was an eagle or a stork or an albatross.
Yes.
So, or a duck even, or pelican. So we had all kinds of birds showing
near the
up in the
sea.
comment section.
Yes.
And someone even said it was chaika, which I think this bird, it's like, how do you say it in English? I just learned it like recently. This would be winglap. Winglap is the bird. Do you know that bird? It's an endangered species, and it's really really beautiful. But I don't think that is that's the one, because that's how it sounds in Polish, chaika. So I assume it's the same. Yeah, Brian says lapwing. Of course, not winglap, lapwing. That's how you say it. Yeah, I always confuse those words, that compound words.
Magnus, what is vad är en seagull på dansk?
In måge.
Måge.
Måge. And I think in norsk, they're probably the same. Måke.
Måke.
In Polish,
Intressant.
mewa in Polish, mewa, or if it's plural, it's mewy. In
It has the coolest name in Swedish. Fiskmås.
Fiskmås.
Yeah.
That's interesting. In Hungarian, it's shirai, by the way.
Shirai.
Shirai, which looks completely different. And
What was it in Polish?
mewa.
Mewa.
And in German, it's möwe. So it's probably related. Yeah,
Yes.
probably related. Okay, so that was a good challenge. It was a bit difficult.
Yes.
Oh, look at that! I'm not sure if this is true, but this is what Kasia says, that chaika in Russian is actually a seagull in Polish. So we can tell that in terms of bird naming conventions, like, we need to be very careful, because there is a lot of false friends.
Yes.
So Meva is a chaika in
Russian.
Russian.
Yeah, and chaika is lapwing in English.
Lapwing bird.
Oh,
Totally different kind of bird.
Yeah. So seagulls are not endangered, from my understanding. They're doing pretty fine. Good. So what can we do next? Let me see who's else is calling. We have Leonardo calling in. So maybe because we don't have that
Italian
much, huh?
challenge. An Italian challenge.
We could have an Italian challenge, or maybe one of the Romance languages. If there are Slavic languages speakers that would like to call later on, you're welcome to do so. But let me add Leonardo, because he hasn't been with us for a while. So Leonardo, I'm going to add you in. Okay, let me just change this. Leonardo, you are live. Hello.
Hello.
Leo!
Leonardo, how have you been?
Fine. Really fine. Nice. Had a nice New Year, nice Christmas. Can you see me well?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Because I was worried about this because my connection is not spectacular today. But anyways, as long as you can hear me and as long as you can see me, it's fine.
Yeah.
What I was saying was that basically, yeah, I had a nice Christmas, had a nice time with my with my relatives in Verona in Christmas, and then had New Year here at home, and everybody played something because we had a music, we had all sorts of music sessions at New Year, so that was fantastic. Yeah,
Nice.
had a nice time and have been quite busy recently, so that's why I didn't manage to turn out here in the live streams in these last weeks, basically. Yeah.
And have you been doing anything with your languages?
Well, I have decided to suspend Korean.
Ooh.
So
Oh no.
no, but wait, Riley, because I really wanted to start another challenge and another language that I really would have liked to start since such a long time, which is Swedish.
So the
Because
challenge that we just
I
had today.
Yeah, I had this want to learn that. So I mean, we'll still be practicing. Don't worry. I mean, it's not that because my improving is on hold. It's not because my active learning is on hold that we cannot practice Korean from time to time. Don't worry about it. That has nothing to do with it. It's just that active learning is on hold, but the practicing never is, because if the practicing gets on hold, then they lose everything. Korean just 아니요.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, yeah, that's what I am doing with my languages, and I actually I have been practicing with Swedish with someone that I don't know if she's watching the live, but anyway, hey Melina, and thanks for the opportunity for practicing.
Yeah. So are you referring to your practice sessions on Discord server? Or somewhere else?
Not elsewhere, but we discovered each other thanks to me appearing into the live stream. So that's why I probably might be watching.
That's great. That's great. And by the way, everybody, there is an Ecolinguist server. You can go there and practice with people you meet there as well.
Yeah, I'm a very active participant there. So
Yeah.
When I manage, I am also there. So yeah.
Yeah. So you all guys are welcome to check it out. The link should be in the description box as usual. Good. So here you are, Leonardo. Would you like to take part in a challenge, or have you prepared a challenge for everybody?
Well, I was actually I was I have thought of a challenge which might be interesting, but it's romance this time. It's an Italian challenge. I
That's
have ready.
great. That's great. So we haven't studied Italian, but we all know some Romance languages, so we could all participate.
Sure, why not? I mean,
Yeah. So if you're ready, let's start that. Let's start the
sì.
Italian challenge.
Quel suono immagino che sia perché vogliamo cominciare con la sfida. Ok, allora, è anch'esso, che coincidenza vuole, è un mezzo di trasporto, come esattamente la stessa categoria di oggetti di cui parlava la sfida di svedese prima nella live. Comunque, è un mezzo di trasporto. In genere è un mezzo di trasporto utilizzato in ambito urbano, utilizzato nelle grandi città normalmente per muoversi. È un mezzo di trasporto piuttosto lungo, è un mezzo di trasporto lungo e escluso dal traffico. È un mezzo di trasporto fatto in modo che non viaggi insieme alle macchine, insieme alle altre cose, ma viaggia in modo indipendente. So actually these were my clues, because actually I don't know if you still have questions and stuff. You might try to ask them in as many Romance languages as possible.
Leo,
Yeah.
é um mezzo de transporte
Sì, lo è.
e traffico?
Allora, sì, ho parlato di traffico, ma è un mezzo di trasporto che è strutturato, è disegnato in modo da non partecipare al traffico della città. Quindi non sta in coda con le macchine. È
Está,
indipendente.
está transporto esto subterraneo o
Allora, ci sei? Allora, Magnus, complimenti, perché con questa domanda capisco che sei estremamente vicino alla risposta giusta. Non è sotterraneo, è sotterraneo.
Subterraneo.
Ed è,
ok.
non è sotterraneo e, mi raccomando, è utilizzato in ambito urbano, dei centri città.
Ok.
Então, deste transporte utilizado, oh, my Portuguese is really bad. Utilizado sorry, I need to think. I need to think. My Portuguese is really bad.
Olha, Rose, se tu tiveres dificuldades em falar português, podes falar inglês sem problemas. Fala.
Yeah, you can ask a question in English, right, Riley.
Meu português é.
Podes falar inglês, fala inglês.
Okay, well, okay, can you repeat? You said it's used for what? Okay.
È utilizzato in ambito urbano. ok?
In-
È
no.
utilizzato in ambito urbano. Per quest'ultima parola non avete bisogno di conoscere lingue romanze perché la trovate, vi dico come ultimo indizio che la trovate in tantissime lingue che già voi conoscete.
Ist Transporto in London ist rosso.
Muy famoso en London.
Colore es rosso.
Entonces, no es eso, no.
No es rosso.
No.
No,
Ok.
no es utilizado, no.
Ok.
Pero
No,
dijiste que es subterráneo o no es subterráneo.
No es subterráneo, no.
No es
Ah,
subterráneo.
no es.
Ah.
Ajá.
Ok.
Yeah. How does it move on wheels?
No.
No.
È un
Ok.
mezzo
Ok.
di trasporto.
No. Então. Okay, wait. What were you gonna say?
Sì, è un mezzo di trasporto, sì, che è indipendente dal traffico urbano, generalmente,
Ja.
e no, non viaggia su ruote,
Independent.
Allora, posso dire...
Settlement, the independent, então,
Sicuramente, sì.
Yo
What?
creo in
independent do tráfico?
Exatamente. Não tem nenhuma dependência com o tráfego da centro da cidade. Está totalmente correto.
Então,
Okay.
okay.
Yes.
Magnus, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I have an idea. I'm just gonna write it down.
Mm-hmm.
Scrivi.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have an idea? Or
Let's start with Riley. Riley, you go first.
I have absolutely no idea. I don't know what could be independent from traffic.
Okay, good point. Magnus, what's your guess?
tranvía in español. Sporvogn in Danish.
Exacto. Sì.
Okay. Is
So-
correcto?
It's a
È corretto,
tram.
sì.
Yes, so
Claro.
it's a tram in English. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't really that clear to me that it travels independently from the traffic, which you
Well,
just say that it has priority, for example.
No, because in
I
a lot
could've-
of cities it just goes on rails, and those rails are not accessible to cars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could have
Awesome.
guessed. I could have
Well,
guessed I could have guessed comboio, but yeah.
This is why I asked if it was going underground, because you said it was very long, and it was transport usually in the cities, right? And
Because-
so I thought, okay, this must be something on rails.
No,
The closest guess I would have come to is comboio, but comboio in
yeah, but
in
it's,
Portuguese is a train. Hold on. Comboio in Portuguese is in European Portuguese at least. It's a train, and trains they go on wheels. I asked you if it does go on wheels. You said
but it
no.
doesn't go on, well, wait, it does. It doesn't go on the. Sorry, I meant that. Yeah, that was a misunderstanding there. I meant that it doesn't go like on tire wheels, but it has wheels.
Well, yeah, and comboio has wheels.
Well, comboio, you were really, really close with comboio, though. With your comboio guess, you were really, really close. It's bonde in Portuguese.
Bond. Yeah, but that's probably the closest I could have ever gotten.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was so Lucas. He was saying
Yes, you
that
were bonde.
for a while.
Sorry, maybe because I mean I know that you, Norbert, you speak a bit of Spanish and stuff like that. I mean, I tried to keep the guesses as clear as possible, but I didn't want to get too obvious because, say, telling it's long and that it goes on rails and that it's used in urban transport in the city center. I mean that with those clues, it gave it off obviously, because it's
Yeah.
obviously a tram. If it's not a train and if it doesn't go underground and if it's used in the city center and it goes on rails, it's a tram. It cannot be anything else because trains cannot use in the city center. So yeah, but I think
Lucas-
you all did pretty well in understanding what I said, though. Yeah.
Lucas said something in the chat.
Yeah, he mentioned bonde. Lucas mentioned bonde, and apparently in English it's like trolley. I'm not sure if that's the correct
I
Trolley,
think you use
translation.
trolleys. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Trolley and tram, what's the difference?
I have no idea.
Me neither, though.
Ik heb geen idee. Ik heb geen idee.
A trolley is more like a wagon, whereas a tram is.
Ja, jag vet också ingen.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
it's like
car.
a cable car, for example. It looks looks like a tram in many ways, but it's a different means of transportation.
Wait. The writing in the chat that a trolley is a bus. So it's that bus that goes with electricity onto the
Yeah.
road. So it's joining traffic. A trolley joins traffic.
Oh yeah, in Polish we have the word trolejbus. Yeah, so it's trolejbus, which comes from trolley.
Which is really, really the Italian word for that is really, really curious because it's called filobus. So it's
Filobus.
it's the bus that goes basically onto the electric cable. It's a cable bus, literally. Which is actually, it's not a cable bus. It's literally it would be a string bus, but you cannot say string. You cannot translate it like this. But literally, filo is a string. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not even sure what that's called in Danish.
Logan says trolley isn't well understood in the US since only a few big cities have them. So
Yeah, like San Francisco
Good
has
point.
it. and a few other
Yeah, it
cities.
kind of makes me wonder if there's like a specific word for that in Portuguese that would make like the word autocarro like really specific.
They say trollebus.
Electric.
É isso, é?
What?
bus in
Yeah, 'cause I
Portuguese is
wonder,
ônibus.
Yeah, no, because I'm trying
Yeah,
to. Because I'm trying to think. I'm really curious now as to if they have like a specific word for that, which would make like autocarro like something else.
I think they use trollebus to say the one that goes on the for the trolley bus.
Yeah, because I think autocarro. I know it's a bus, but it's not that. It's a trolley bus is something that's very, very specific.
Autocarro especially European Portuguese, and it's a general bus. I agree.
Yeah,
Autocarro
no, I know it. I know it's especially European Portuguese. I'm learning European Portuguese. It's just that now that we mentioned like trolley bus, I know like the word for like a bus in general is autocarro, but I wasn't sure if they had like a specific word for a trolley.
Yeah.
Well, so that started a conversation for sure. In the comment section, it's blowing up. Everybody has an opinion on a trolley and trolley buses and trams. That's good. Yeah, so that was a good challenge. Obviously, it's a simple word, and you, Leonardo, you made it a little bit more abstract, more. You focused on a completely different angle than usual, but which is good because we all kind of are familiar with Romance languages already. So you added an extra layer of challenge.
I tried because I had prepared a simple word. I was trying to give it another angle. Yeah.
Okay.
But I was surprised how much I understood from it, actually, because I mean,
Yeah,
I've
I
never
could
been taught
understand
Italian.
I could understand maybe a little bit. I just had struggle trying to repeat that back.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I love Italian because it's very easy. Like it's pronounced very clearly.
Yeah, you speak Spanish, Norbert, a bit, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, and it's very consistent also because with like Spanish you have lots of different accents and varieties, but with Italian it's like very consistent every time.
Well,
Obviously, you have regional dialects and languages, but the standard Italian, we mostly are exposed to the standard Italian.
yeah,
in the
and
media.
but what I must say that in the variety, I mean, in the different varieties and accents, I mean that if someone like spoke to you in standard Italian, but with a really like, don't know, Neapolitan accent or stuff like that, it would really be hard to understand what he's saying. Because the Neapolitan accent, I mean, there are some specific accents that when they speak fast, it's difficult to understand even for Italians. Well,
Yeah, same with Danish.
yeah.
Same with Norwegian too. Like on the last episode, I did a Norwegian challenge that Chris submitted, and literally the entire time I was like, I have no idea what he's saying. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely none.
Yeah, sometimes it's so difficult to understand Italian when it's spoken fast. Yeah, I can imagine that. Because we speak fast. Yeah, usually.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Nardo, for this challenge. I think we still have time for one more challenge, and so I will try to add Wayne, but because it's going to be too many people to handle, so really I'm going to let you go for now. Okay, just so we have space to for Wayne to join in, since you joined the first. And after that, I will talk more about like what's going to happen for the season 3 and if the season 3 is going to happen. So let me just try to add Wayne. So Riley, thank you very much for today.
Wow.
Bye bye. I'm going to disconnect you, and I'm going to I'm going to add Wayne. Hopefully the things are going to be improved. Wayne, are you here?
Hey, I can finally hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank the Lords.
Yes.
Or upstairs.
Here you are, Wayne.
Salve, omnes.
Salvete. So Wayne, what have you? What have you got prepared for us today? I assume you called in with a challenge.
Yeah, so I got two. I got one Latin challenge, but what I also got is 2 Old English challenges.
Oh.
So I did do
Oh.
that.
Okay, so
I-
maybe
I-
we could do the Old English for a change, since it's the last episode of the second season. It would be nice to end it with
Old
something
English.
special.
Would you want me to send you the 2 challenges so you can maybe show them on the screen?
How
or
long is it?
not?
Is it long, the text, or?
No. It's a simple text like this. The kind of that I showed you, like sent you before in your email.
Okay,
So I can
yeah.
just
So
send it right now.
you could either send it or you could copy and paste it.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it here to you. Thankfully, I have your come on. Type keyboard. There you go.
Men Magnus, pratar du också lite svenska, Magnus?
Jag pratar också lite svenska, ja.
Ah.
Din svenska är
Så-
mycket bra, Leonardo.
There you go, Norbert. That is the first Old English. I mean, just gonna send one.
You send me an email. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
There you
see. Okay, I get it. Here, where can I display it? Let me think. I think we'll have to go over to this view,
Yeah.
and I'm going to. fix it a little.
Maybe display it after I say it. Just like you display it afterwards, because I think if they look at it right now, there may be some words that they can
Give it
out,
away.
so-
Okay, let's do that then. Yes, let's start with that.
All right.
So, everybody, let's focus, because this is a special challenge prepared by Wayne. It's the Old English challenge. What century this language comes from?
So yeah, it's if I understand it correctly, I don't want to say something wrong and have like Old English speakers come at me. I think this is like 9th century. I'm gonna say 9th century. Yeah. So from 9th century to 12th century. Yeah.
That's a
Because
very
that's really
broad range.
English.
We can roll with that. Yes. Yes. Let's do that then. Let's.
I'm using the pronunciation that is considered West Saxon, so like that reconstructed one. So I'm using like the kind of standard one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Let's listen.
What is heat? Heat is
Ja.
mete thewe from deurum jutath. Fortha is heat jehwar in werolde jete. Axun men quatre from etende his for habath. His match hangeth on tham deure from welchum thu hit jutest.
Ja, det är ingen lätt så här.
All right.
All right. I mean, I think
Gonna-
we should really have a look at the text. So you could read it one more time, but with the text on. I think it's going to be challenging enough. Yes.
Before you put the text, I think, could I say what I think I heard?
Oh! Look at you, Magnus. Yes, of course. What
Okay.
did you? Maybe
So I
just to make it a bit more challenging for everybody, just say it in Danish. Just to
Okay.
kind of, just to have a proof that you got it, but we wouldn't know. You wouldn't give us
Yeah,
any
I'm
extra
not-
clues.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if I got so much. I think maybe I heard. Okay, I'll switch to Danish. Jeg tror, jeg hørte, at dette var et materiale, et metal, som bliver brugt til at lave nogle forskellige ting med. Men hvad præcist hørte jeg ikke. Maybe we can hear it one more time.
Jag förstod det också.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to see the text or just listen to it? Let's see the text, because I think everybody in the audience also want to see the text. But we have the on the record, Magnus, in Danish.
Det är mycket nytt, ja.
Let's display it. Here it
Yeah, and this
comes.
time I am gonna try to say it more slowly. Sorry, I am gonna try to say every sentence more slowly. So, all right. So, what is heat? Heat is mete thewe from deurum juta. Fortha is heat jehuar in werolde jeten. Axun men quefre from eten his for habath. His match hangeth on thumb deure from welchum thu hit jutist.
Ja, det är mycket svåra.
Gihver.
The keywords here is mete and deurum or deur. So these are
Okay,
the keywords.
what the word that I see and I recognize is maybe like hungeth, like hunger, maybe. That's my guess.
You're surprisingly on the right path, but not for the reasons you think. You are on the right path.
So werolde geten, I think it's about something you can get in the world. The werolde. Is that right?
Is it more like that it gets eaten by in the world? Because I am thinking of gegeten, gegeten. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeeten is a form of the verb etan, which means to eat.
Okay.
Gegeten in Dutch. Yeah.
Okay. So is that did seeing the text make it clearer for you, Magnus? Now, Magnus, when you have seen the text, did it confirm your guess?
Yeah, I think I was completely lost. I was completely thrown off when I heard it. Yeah. No.
No,
I will say the word mete and the word deur, they are the key words, and they have cognates in every Germanic language because these are universal Germanic languages.
Ja,
So is it-
jag tror det är en djur. Ja. Det är djur. Det är en djur. Djur på svenska är en djur. Det är djur. Förstår du?
Deur. Yeah, Leonardo got what deur means.
It's. I think it's related to a deer in English, right?
Yeah, but it means something else in Old English, and it means something else in every other Germanic language that has this cognate.
Ja.
In English, it became deer, but in other Germanic languages, it retained the original meaning.
So it's an animal. All right. So is it meat?
Yes, it is a meat.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay.
So here's the thing: mete
This.
is the ancestor of the English word meat. It's just that
But it means
mete,
food.
still in Old English, meant food. Then it became meat, and the word in Old English is flesh, which nowadays in English is flesh. It is flesh.
Fläsk. Ja, fläsk.
Fläsk på dansk.
Kött.
Yes.
Kött på svenska.
So if I were to translate the words here, so what is it? What is heat? Heat is mete thewe from deurum juta. This is meat that we from animals get.
Yeah.
Diet?
Fortha is hit
Okay.
yehuar in world de yeten. Therefore, it is everywhere in the world eaten. Axun men
Gluten.
huatre,
Ah.
axun men huatre from eten de his for habav. But some men, however, from eating this, they abstain. They have it, let's say.
Yeah.
His match hangeth on from deure from welchun to hitus. Its taste hangs depends on which animal from which you get it.
Ah.
It is flesh. Yeah, it depends. Hangs depends. So when you said hunger, Norbert, you were like on the right track. But hunger doesn't mean hunger. It just means
Ja.
hangs. Like it depends on. It hangs
Ja,
on.
den där också.
Could you repeat what it means again, Wayne?
So
Hangeth?
hungath doesn't mean it. Hungath doesn't mean hunger. It means it hangs. It's a
Hangs.
conjugation of the verb hungan, which is to hang. But in this case, it means to depend on. It hangs on. So the taste of it depends on the animal from which you get this thing.
Yeah.
The flesh.
So in Danish we have a cognate there that's called afhænger. Det afhænger af hvad det. Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
I was completely
smatch
lost
is-
in the beginning. I thought it had something to do with materials.
Hung up on in Dutch. Yeah.
Yeah. Smatch is also related to it's taste, but it's related to the English word smack, which meant to taste. To smack.
It's
Yeah.
the
I was also thrown
Smack.
off by the geeten because I thought it was to get, but of course it's to have eaten.
Ja,
Yeah.
smält, det är smak på svenska också. Det är smak på
Yeah.
holländska, ja.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magnus, about the get thing. Yeah, so the verb to get here is yutan. It's in the first sentence there, yutat. If you were to become English, it would be yet. It's just that this verb get we got from Norse, who did get instead of yet. But that is the verb get there. Yet, and that's just the past participle. Every past participle in Old English has the ye in front. You know?
Yeah.
So yeten means eaten. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great challenge. Wayne, tell us, how did you come up with this? Like, obviously, you couldn't just use a Google Translate, right? You had to spend more time figuring it out, or
Yeah,
how did it happen?
Yeah, so basically, sorry, wait, sorry if I'm cutting off. Okay, I think I'm back now. But yeah, no, so the way I came up with this is, yeah, I basically just thought about like, what is a concept that I can use that has a lot of like cognate words in other Germanic languages, but they may be like false friends in English, which, met and del, these are kind of like false friends in a way because they developed differently. But then I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to use a simple concept. So I'm going to use meat. And I was like, okay, flesh. And then, yeah, basically was using Wiktionary, using a bunch of online dictionaries to get all the words that I needed because I'm still...
Wiktionary, okay.
Hello?
I think we've
Am I
lost.
cutting off or can you guys...
You're back. You're back.
Can you guys hear me now? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm really sorry now today for any connections. I don't understand what is happening.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Happens. Let's give him one more chance to reconnect.
Am I still in the call?
Yeah, we can hear you. You froze, but we
okay,
can hear you, so we can keep talking.
But yeah, basically I just use a bunch of I just use a bunch of dictionaries basically because I'm still learning Old English, so I just had to rely on a bunch of different dictionaries. I was using an Old English dictionary, but also using Wiktionary. And every time I couldn't necessarily say what I wanted, I had to like reword it. So for example, like for that concept there in the third sentence there, like some men refrain from eating it. That is my way of saying like vegans, like people who don't eat meat, they refrain from eating meat. So I had to translate that concept, but in a way that would still make sense in Old English. You know? Like if you were to travel back in time and say this to people, it would still understand it without you having to use any modern concepts like a diet. You know, I haven't found the English word for diet, so I had to come up with something else.
Yeah. And what about grammatical information?
I basically had to learn, like, you know, like for example, like one thing that I did here that I'm still unsure if it is supposed to be like the correct way, but I just based myself on other stuff, is that um, Old English doesn't have like verbal forms for like different cases. Like, you know, they don't, you can't, like, if you want to say like from eating, like there's not a way of saying this from eating, but still using the dative case that from this preposition requires. So I just ended up using this etende here, which is like a present participle. But I think it works here, you know, when you want to use the verb as a noun. So I just use this like from etende. So but maybe an Old English speaker can come in and maybe correct that. But yeah, and then the only thing I really had to like learn then was the what cases go with what, and then you know, restructure the syntax is also more Germanic, as you can see the verb like goes to the end if there's two. So, you know, like fe away from deurum utaf. There's also like verb second. So there's all these things that I had to consider here. Like fortha is heat, you know, is it, because the verb needs to come in the second position there. And
What
other
about
than that,
for Hubbard? For Hubbard.
yeah, so forhaben is a verb meaning to abstain, to refrain. So we don't have it in modern English, but it's kind of like saying for have it, like you have it in front of you, you have it away from you, so you refrain. I don't know if there's a cognate maybe in German like verhaben, or in Dutch, or even in any Nordic languages, but it means to abstain.
Okay.
In the yeah, sorry. In Dutch, there's no cognate here. I think no. I don't
Okay.
think. I don't think either in Swedish, because of really the Old Norse-ish root it has, and having basically lost all the ch in front of the past participles, because they don't use past participles basically anymore. They just use past tense instead of it. Instead of saying "I have learned," they
Yeah.
just say "jag lärde." Yeah.
But in Danish, we have a word for hibbet, but that's more or less the opposite.
Logan says that in Dutch that
Zich
has
onthouden, zich onthouden. Sure, zich onthouden. Oh my god, I missed on that. Zich onthouden. He's totally right.
Yeah. I will say that like the difficult with making a challenge like this compared to like doing a Latin challenge as well. First, I'm more like fluent, like I'm fluent in Latin. Let's say, you know, I'm not fluent at all in Old English. I'm still learning. It's just that also like Old English compared to Latin has so little resources that I can find out there that are just like very academic that you can't find normally. That if I can't find a verb like in Wiktionary or another dictionary, I have to kind of just give up on the verb, or give up on the hint altogether, because in Latin, if you want to find a verb, you can't find it. Like you're eventually gonna find an equivalent to that verb.
There is
But in many cases in Old English, I was trying to find an equivalent verb to something, and I just couldn't. So I had to restructure the sentence a lot. Like I was trying to see if there's a equivalent to say like there is, or like is present. Like this food is present in a lot of cultures, you know, but I couldn't find this verb like meaning to be present, or like even a verb for like dish, or, you know, food. So I just had to restructure it to be it is eaten everywhere, you know. So that's the challenges with doing something like this. You need to restrict yourself a bit more, because there's not a lot of sources.
yes. Yeah, because we don't really know for sure how people would express that idea back in the day, you know, because maybe they would use a completely different verb or a different construction, or they would just find another way to talk about this. Yeah, so that was a really good challenge for the end of the season. So thank you very much, Wayne, and thank you everybody. So this is all the time we have for the challenges. So we're going to move on to wrapping up the show and resolving the poll that I just did more than an hour ago. So guys, thank you very much for today. Of course, you can stay and continue watching the show, but we're not going to be doing any more challenges. So I'm going to just return everybody to the green rooms. So we should start with resolving the poll. So at the beginning of the episode, I asked you guys, how do you perceive the Polish word pieprzyk? What does pieprzyk mean to you, just by the way it sounds, the way it looks? And if you voted in it, we're going to see. Yeah, let's first of all, let's select the correct answer. The correct answer is pieprzyk in Polish means a mole or beauty spot on the skin. And let's see how many people actually voted for this. Let's refresh the page. Ooh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So last time there was no doubt you knew what cielęcina was, but this time most people got it wrong. So pieprzyk is not a type of pepper used in traditional Polish cuisine. That's pieprz. Pieprz. Because the word pieprzyk, in the meaning of a mole or a beauty spot on the skin, does kind of come from the word pieprz, which is pepper. But it was a tricky one for you. It was supposed to throw you off a little bit. But when it's in the nominative form, pieprzyk, it refers to a mole or a beauty spot on the skin. Okay, we have a number of Polish speakers here voting in this. Some people thought just 15% thought it was a spicy Polish sausage. The name would fit pretty well if it was true. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's a mole or beauty spot on the skin. Do you guys have a word like that in your languages? You can comment here. Let's actually see what people said in the comment section. Artyom says kinda sounds like a small pepper, but I choose a beauty mark because it looks like the word pryszyk, which means a pimple in Russian. Okay, we have a word for pimple in Polish, which is pryszcz, which to me it doesn't sound similar to pieprzyk, but that's okay. Then for me, sounds like pinch to pinch. There is a dessert in my country called pinch bread, which is a kind of biscuit. Budapest. What language is this? Let's see. It doesn't recognize. Does not recognize this language. I'm sorry. The plugin I'm using. Voted for mole beauty mark since we say perec in Western Ukraine. Also, perec is pepper. Okay. Okay, so actually, most people who were commenting, they got it right, but all the other people who were just voting didn't get it right. They were led astray by the similarity of this word to the word pieprz, which is pepper. So thank you very much for this. This is fun. How many people voted? Let's just have a look. 427 people voted in this poll. So the results might change in a while once it starts circulating around the internet. We're going to see more data on that. So you can just keep following this. By the way, if you haven't done it yet, please, oh my gosh, please make it a habit to check the community tab. It's just right here. You press it and you see the previous posts. This is for the community to know what's going on, all the updates and stuff like that. And if you're a subscriber, you may not be receiving notifications about what's happening in the community tab unless you hit the notification bell. Then you should be receiving notifications about the posts as well. Good, so that was it. And then, as you know, this is the end of the season 2. This is the 10th episode. I just thought that 10 is a good number of episodes per season, and that's how we probably going to be carrying on. Thank you very much for being here, watching, hanging out, participating in challenges, preparing challenges for the show, also supporting the show through Patreon and channel memberships. That's very nice of you. I would like to continue this show and make it better. And you know what? We decided that we're going to start the 3rd season straight after this one. So next week, we're just going to restart everything. We're going to give the show a new start. And there's going to be a new host joining us next week. He's going to be a co-host. We're going to be streaming together. Actually, you're going to see how it's going to work. So this is a big surprise for you for next week. Please make sure that you check out the notifications, because I'm not quite sure yet what time we're going to be streaming at. Whether we're going to stick to the current time slot, or we might be changing it a little bit. So keep an eye on the notifications. Once I know the time, I'm going to schedule the show, and you will be able to see it if you hit the notification bell. So please do that. Yeah, so thank you again. Have a good night. I will see you soon. I will see you soon, for sure. Have a good night.